Video Sports, only on Fox 47 News at 10.
Yesterday, the city of Chicago got dumped on with a bunch of snow, and to be honest, I'm just glad that most of that missed the Lansing area. But the Tigers and White Sox were postponed yesterday because of it. They'll have a doubleheader on July 3rd. Today at Guaranteed Rate Field, the grounds crew did a good job of clearing the field of snow and getting it ready for action. The Tigers looking to salvage a game in their shortened weekend series after losing 12-11 on Friday night. The Tigers did get off to a slow start. However, this is in the bottom of the first. Bases were loaded for Wellington Castillo. He lines him down the right field line. It's a ground rule double. 2 runs come in to score, and the Sox had the early lead. Matt Boyd would strand the runners there and did not give up another run on the evening. He had 9 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. The Tigers would get on the board in the top of the second inning, so they answered pretty quick. Grayson Griner with a clutch 2-out single to right field. Ronnie Rodriguez comes around. Throw gets away from the catcher there, and Rodriguez slides in safely at home plate. The Tigers were down by 1, though. The story of this one was the strikeouts. The White Sox set a franchise record, striking out 20 Tigers on their way to a 4-1 victory. As you can imagine, that did not lead to a very happy skipper Ron Gardenhire after the game.
There's no excuses here. We punched out 20 times. I can imagine you'll get the same statement in the clubhouse. That's not acceptable. We have to be better than that, and I think they'll all say the same thing.
Well, the Lugnuts were in action today on the road, taking on the Bowling Green Hot Rods. They fell 5-1. Lansing falls to 11-12 on the year. And the Michigan State men's soccer team wrapped up their spring schedule today as they hosted the Mexico U20 national team. They lost in this one. This was not updated. They lost in that one. 1-0 was the final. Well, the NFL draft has come and gone, and many former Spartans and Wolverines are headed to the pros, whether they were drafted or signed after the draft as an undrafted free agent. Let's look at all of those who are going pro with the ones who were drafted first. It started in the first round with 2 Wolverines, Devin Bush and Rashawn Gary from Michigan. The Steelers picked Bush and the Packers picked Rashawn Gary. Then Chase Winovich and David Long in the 3rd round. They went to the Patriots and the Rams, respectively. For Michigan State, cornerback Justin Lane in the 3rd round to the Steelers, going to be teammates with Devin Bush. We'll see how that one goes. And defensive back Khari Willis, former Michigan State team captain, goes to the Colts in the 4th round. Zach Gentry from Michigan, tight end, goes to the Steelers in the 5th round. Many of the Spartans and Wolverines not drafted were scooped up quickly by teams after the draft. We showed you a few of those last night, but there's a few more to add to the list. Here are the Spartans and the Wolverines that signed after the draft. For Michigan State, 4 players, Felton Davis, Matt Sokol, L.J. Scott, and Andrew Dowell, all finding homes after the draft. For Michigan, a slew of players, Brandon Watson, Karan Higdon, Tyree Cannell, Lawrence Marshall, Juwan Bushell-Beatty, and defensive lineman Brian Monet, all getting looks in the NFL as well. Well, the Detroit Lions draft class consists of 9 players, but the one that really brought out the most emotion in Lions fans was their 1st-round pick, tight end T.J. Hockenson out of Iowa. Most fans jump immediately to the Eric Ebron comparison, and I get it. Ebron's time did not end in Detroit how the Lions were hoping that it would, but that has nothing to do with T.J. Hockenson. Let's give this kid a chance. Hockenson wore Lion King socks on draft day, and as he said, it feels like a match that was meant to be.
The Lion King has been my favorite movie ever since I was little, and Disney. So I was like, let's do it. So it's awesome. There was a lot of signs that came to this with the dropping of that puck or whatever, and then the socks, and all I had was blue. So I was meant to be here, and I'm excited to start this.
The grounds crew at Cooley Law School Stadium went through the switchover from baseball to soccer for the 2nd time this week. As you would expect, they learned a lot from their first efforts and changed things up this week ahead of Ignite's loss to Toronto on Friday night. For more on what was different this time around, here's News 10's or Fox 47's Kellen Buddy.
It's a long and tedious process. A baseball diamond can't turn into a soccer field at the drop of a hat. It's a process that the grounds crew for the Lansing Lugnuts and Ignite haven't done often. Tonight's only their 2nd go-around. Of course, no one gets it right the first time.
The infield was just unplayable. The rest of the surface was great. It's a shame, but hopefully we'll get it right.
And the grounds crew is listening, but safety is a key concern when it comes to the new field.
As we're doing this, I think regardless of if Ignite wins or loses, as long as the field is safe and playable, that's the most important thing.
We don't want anybody getting hurt, and As far as his comments are concerned, you know, I know more about grass than he does, so I really don't care. It's only going to get better. We're only going to get faster at it. We're going to put out the best playing product that we can.
For the crew at Cooley Law School Stadium, versatility is key. They hope to host a different event every day this year.
It's really been our focus to just utilize the stadium more for the community. The more times we can open our gates and allow people to come in and utilize an asset that the city has, that's our ultimate goal.
Changing the playing surface often is something that depends on a lot of things, but Severns and his crew are eager and ready for the challenge.
A storm 5 days from now is affecting what I do today. I have to constantly be on my toes, and I actually find that adrenaline rush fun. It's going to be a fun process. I'm actually excited for it for the rest of the season.
In Lansing, I'm Kellen Buddy, Fox 47 News.
And after the Ignite game, they had to change it back to baseball. The Lugnuts return this week. Well, here's a video that you have to see in Major League Baseball. It's not something you normally see at the ballpark. Mets taking on the Brewers. This is Pete Alonso for the Mets. Hammers one to left field, and Ryan Braun tries to go up for the catch. But you might see there a fan also trying to make the catch, spills his beer all over Ryan Braun. Now, Alonso reaches third, but check this out. This is a great ad placement. This bud is for you. That fan took that a little bit too seriously. Ryan Braun getting soaked. Now, I know he's a Brewer, but I don't think he really was expecting that.
The fan was trying to catch it in his cup and
Yeah,
didn't go as planned.
just a little bit of a fail, but it turned out to be funny.